going viral, and his wife is wearing a see-through dress. What's your thoughts on it? You seen it?
Yeah, I seen the dress.
Jamal Bryant and his wife got a BBL.
Mm-hmm.
Looking like goddamn Cardi B out here with a BBL.
In a damn see-through dress at the church function.
How you feel about it?
Uh,
So I said I
I
would.
wouldn't wear it to a church function, but hey, like I said, to each his own. That's my new shit. To each his own, for real. Cause motherfuckers just be doing shit now. The other thing with that is he know who he married to. He married a hoe. That's what he like. Cause he said, I'm the one that picked the dress. I bought the dress. And when she walked in, I was like, yeah, shake it fast. He know that woman doing exactly what her man want her to do. Be a bad bitch and a nasty hoe. That's probably what she
This
doing.
man got kids, got baby mamas. How you a pastor with more baby mamas than these rappers?
You know, a lot of the times you'll find that pastors and people that go to church all the times, them be the ones that be so evil and hateful and dirty, filthy, dirty, nasty. Them be the ones.
He also
Every
told.
bitch that what?
Oh, go ahead.
And I was finna say, like, every female that has came on my page and talked shit to me about, like, how I be looking or something when I be on live, if I go to their page, they got a Bible scripture or they got a cross or some shit. Or one bitch even told me, she's like, yeah, I go to church every day. You need to start going. Bitch, you don't go to church trying to come on here and condemn me or judge me.
Uh, yeah, and he also told the church that mind your business and all that. You know,
That's true, too.
I mean, if you put it out there for the world to see, it's everybody's business.
I mean, but at the same time, even though it's out there for the world to see, people can still mind their business, though.
I don't look at it like that. You put it out there on there, it's everybody's business. It's free
I get
gaming.
what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I understand that if they put the things out there, then everybody is able to say what they want to say about it. But I'm saying is, even though it's out there, you can keep your opinion to yourself and keep moving on with your life and moving on with your day. But that's the problem with this generation. Like we was talking earlier, everybody want to talk about what everybody else doing, but you don't want to make sure that your shit's straight before you start trying to judge somebody else.
It ain't just. I'm gonna call it how we see it, and I'm gonna see it how I call it. That shit is wild. I mean, I just find Jamal Bryant is just a clown to me, man. This dude is a joke. I mean, you got baby
Church
mamas.
industries in general are jokes.
You said whatever.
Church industries, the big mega churches and all that shit, the whole church industry is a fucking joke, to be honest.
I'm gonna really disagree about the last thing because I feel like everybody's entitled to their opinion, whether you like it or not. Uh, but you said the whole church is a joke.
Most of the big churches, I feel like are jokes. I feel like they are just there to collect money and not necessarily help out the community and things like that. You have your church, your small churches. The smaller churches are the ones that actually help people. And, you know, if they need some rent assistance, you could call the church and get it or, you know, shit like that. But the big ones, I think that, you know, they just there for showing money.
So you just feel like the churches want your money.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, like I said before, a lot of the times when people go are church goers or they're devout and stuff like that, and they're like going, you know, Wednesday Bible study, every day Sunday, and then they going Thursday, Friday for choir practice. Them be the ones that be so fucking nasty. You hear so many stories about pastors touching on little kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very prevalent in a lot of churches. Just because you're in a church doesn't mean you're of God.
Mm. Okay.
Motherfuckers can masquerade.
So you think church is basically just a business?
Yeah.
Okay. Teach his own. Teach his own. Not gonna say all churches are like that. Got
That's
something
what
to
I
play.
said. I said the smaller churches are the ones that you could actually kind of find some help from. You know, you can call them, get some assistance and shit like that. You know,
Mm.
and I only know that because um, my mom used to do that shit, so I know that's how they some of the smaller churches will like give you like rental assistance and shit like that. But a lot of the times, motherfuckers is not helping.
Well, it do disagree. It depends. I look at it like this. I like to make some mega churches, some churches, small churches. I don't like it. It depends on what they doing at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, guys, if you depend on the government and the church to help you, you already failed already. Because systems will fail and people will let you down. You got to get it out here on your own type shit. Because you know. But they always got programs for these women. I realize who got programs to help these single fathers or the men.
I mean, there are programs to help single men and shit like that. Not
Mm.
as many as there are for women. I do agree with that, but there are some for them,
I just find it
and it's
funny.
not necessary. And it's not a lot of the ones who do help men are not strictly for men. It's for everybody, But they don't have any just to help men like they do for women.
I find it funny where like these women say they're strong and independent for just being an adult, but you don't hear men out here saying they're strong and independent for just paying bills and just doing regular adult shit. Women want credit for shit they supposed to do, like pay bills and being adult. Like that's what being adult is about. Last time I checked.
Well, this is kind of it's not necessarily a new thing, but back in the days, black people had the highest rates of marriage. Um, and once that started going down, then I don't know if you get into all of that, but that's when everything else starts happening to breaking up the black home.
Man, that was in the before the 50s and 60s. Having black folks had it when they started bringing welfare programs and
To break
section
up the
eight.
black home to replace the black man.
Yeah, they did all that shit. Yeah,
But
that's
it's
a
not,
rabbit hole. That's a whole rabbit hole right there.
that's a whole rabbit hole. That's what I was gonna say. Like you start on that, you keep going for hours, and it's just too much to touch tonight on that shit.
There's a whole plot right there. But hell, it was harder for people to get welfare and shit back then. Anyway,
It's not necessarily meant for only black people, but you know what I'm saying. That was part of the premise of why they started doing it and shit. But I think it's mainly to take care of the poor white trash and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They people, because to be honest, if it's to solely benefit black people, or if it did solely benefit black people, we wouldn't have no food stamps and government assistance and shit.
they say black women are truly the worst attitudes on earth. How would they survive without simps in the government? How you call someone a bum while asking them for money? Only black women can be so desperate yet so entitled. What's your thoughts on that right there? How would they survive without the government and these simps out here? And they feel so entitled.
That's not black women. That's bitches and hoes.
Mm,
Let's get a clear distinction of that. We're not talking about black women. We're talking about bitches and hoes. That's what we're talking about. Because a black woman is gonna pull herself up by her bootstraps and get the fuck on and do what the fuck she got to do for herself and her kids. Bitches and hoes, nigga bitches. That's what we can call them too. Nigga bitches. That's the ones that's gonna, be begging the government and begging niggas for shit and shit like that.
mm,
So it just depends on their mindset whether they're a nigga bitch or a black woman.
mm. If you say so. Well, why do you think these NFL players, these athletes, usually don't have a black woman though? They usually get with white women, athletes.
I mean, to be honest, I think it's just like a power status. To be honest, I guess everybody thinks that the black woman is kind of the lowest tier of a woman, and so of course, when you get rich and you have that mentality of black women are ain't shit, you're gonna go find you a white girl
Whoa,
or
do
a
you think
Hispanic
black
girl.
women? Wait, slow down. Let's bring it down a notch. Let's go. Let's fact. Let's rewind. Do you feel like women have given themselves their image with the music they're promoting and the persona that they're bringing with ratchetness, loudness, uh, being a degenerate with criminals? Do you think this is what they're putting out there?
It is what is being put out there, but like I said before, there is a big distinction between nigga bitches and black women, just as I can say that there's a difference between niggas and black people in general. You get what I'm saying? You have the ignorant parts of every race, and then you have the ones that's trying to do better. And that's with every race.
Why do you think black women will fight anywhere? How can you protect someone who fights more than the UFC champion? Like, why do you think they're so violent, these black women out here?
You're starting to lose me a little bit. Mainly because of how you're using the term black women. And I want you to understand that there is a distinction between a black woman and a nigga bitch. Call them nigga bitches.
Whatever you want
Okay?
to call
Because
it.
that's a
Whatever
totally different thing from a
phrase
black woman.
or
Just
corrupt.
like if you are, I would call you a black man and not a nigga.
I
And
don't
I
even.
would want you to call me a black woman instead of a nigga bitch. You get what I'm saying? There's a clear distinction. Now, nigga bitches fight because that's all they was taught to do. Black women don't fight.
Okay.
And there's a lot of black women who are strong-headed and strong-minded, who don't fight, who use their words, who are calm, who don't scream, who don't shout, who are submissive to their men and stuff like that. But the nigga bitches, if that's all you do all your life, you grew up, your mama was fighting your daddy, your grandpa was fighting your granny, you gonna grow up and do the same thing.
I see this all the time about strong, black, and independent. But this is what I'm about to. I want you to listen carefully to this. Why they don't have strong relationships with their kids, strong marriages, or strong cornerstones in the community? Why they ain't strong with that?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. Okay, well, there's a lot of black women that have strong connections to their community and strong connections to their kids. It is a lot of black women that have that. Now, the nigga
Huh?
bitches who don't have these connections to their community and the connection to their kids, again, you weren't taught that. You grew up in dysfunction, and that's how
Wait.
you're
But
going to
listen though.
pass on to your
But
kids.
listen though. At a certain age, you can't keep blaming my parents. I can't keep blaming my ain't no damn no my ain't
I
good parents.
understand that, but you as a black man knows that a nigga don't know that. A nigga gonna keep on blaming his parents for his downfalls and all of that shit, just like a nigga bitch is gonna keep on doing it. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, let me ask you this
If
though.
that's what you taught, that's all you gonna know. Unless you change your own mind and say, "Hey, I don't want to be a nigga bitch no more. I want to be a black woman," and you start enlightening yourself, that's how you change. But if you don't get to that point where you don't want to be a nigga bitch no more, you're gonna be a nigga bitch, and it's just that, just straight like that.
So I just look at it. Do you agree or disagree that only poor people uphold these street codes and street rules?
Yes, I do.
Because I look at it when you see these black women, somebody want a real nigga, the gangster, the shooters, degeneracy. This is devastating destruction to the community. That's why we ain't got no community. Only poor people uphold street codes and street rules and street cred. Street cred ain't never bought me a damn thing. Ain't never put me a vacation, a car, a home, any of that. People in broken poverty mindsets care about street shit and gangster shit. Or real nigga shit. That's the other thing that fucked up the community. A real nigga. Whatever that is. I don't know. It's still a mystery to me. But you agree or disagree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
What does a real nigga mean to you?
A ignorant nigga that think they a level above regular niggas.
All it is to me is a criminal, a damn criminal. Do you believe in the term street smarts?
Now, I do believe in the term street smarts.
What does street smarts man do?
Means you know how to navigate yourself in life with people. It don't necessarily mean that you out there slanging dope and slanging crack and shit. I think street smarts means in general that you're not naive, you're not green, you're not gonna let people play games with you, you know, scam you and shit like that. And that I think everybody needs some damn street smarts or common sense, and you know, to survive. To be honest, I mean, or else you get fucked over.
Uh, the smartest thing is not to be in the streets. That's my thing.
The smartest thing is not to be in the streets, but you're not always in your home. So that's
That's
why I'm
not.
saying like street smarts is not necessarily meaning that you're for me. From my point of view, I don't think that it necessarily means you're in the streets and shit. It means that you know how to handle people and that you know how to deal with motherfuckers and that you know how to keep
That ain't nothing to
a
do with
safe
street
distance
smarts. They're just
against
dealing with
scams and all
people.
of that shit.
They're just dealing with life. It's just my opinion. I don't use the term street.
I mean,
That,
so like I said, in my opinion, that's what I think that street smarts is. I mean, because you have people who are smart as fuck, book smarts,
mm-hmm.
but don't have no type of common sense. You know?
Well, I mean, school is a system, though. People gotta fail to realize that school ain't nothing but a system.
So
Like,
that's why I'm making the distinction.
what?
There's a difference between book smarts and common sense, and then there's the street smarts with dealing with people in the outside world.
Teachers on. But I ain't never thought somebody would be successful because they make good grades. I ain't never thought that in school. They never said well with me in school. They would say that person gonna do something. I never thought about it. I always thought it was your hustle and how you carry yourself and moving with respect. I ain't never thought because somebody make A's and B's in school, they were more likely to be successful. I ain't think that though. Did you grow up there? Grow up thinking that?
Uh, when I was younger, yeah, I thought that you needed a degree to get to where you're going in life and shit like that. But now that I'm an adult, I see that that's totally not the truth.
I feel that. And this is another one. This is another quote right here. They say black women are the only women on earth believe saying your mom, your daughter, your aunt, your sister, or some member of your family is gonna make you back off what you said about them. They act like that because a woman is related to you that they either can't be bad or that they must view women that they are trying to screw like the women you aren't. Does that really work?
What?
Basically, when you're saying something, you don't. They saying something that go so called against. Take the shades off of this. Look, I want to look in your eyes when you
So
saying something that go against what the norm is of black women or nigga bitches or what you just said. And they like to bring up your mama is black, your sister, your daughter, your grandma, and that makes you back off that. I don't think that's a good excuse to say because my mama's black. What the hell did that got to do with this conversation? Because my mama black or my aunt black, your sister black, your daughter black. You see, that's what I'm saying. Are you catching my drift?
yeah.
Yeah, I just want to know. Would you think that's a good response for women to keep using like, oh, well, your mom black when you make a point that they're destroying the culture?
It's not a good excuse. No, it's not. But like I keep saying, there's no accountability in the black community as far as the women goes, you know. And the only reason why I keep talking about the black women is because that's the only race that I can talk about. I'm not gonna be talking about no other races because that ain't That ain't my business. I grew up with black women. I am a black woman, so I feel like I have the right to, speak on issues with black women. Now, I'm not no black woman basher. I'm not getting ready to say that all of them are nigga bitches and all of them are degenerates and all of them are ignorant, because that's far from the truth. Black women hold the most degrees in the
They're also
U.S.
the most in debt, though.
They also the most in debt, but hey,
They're not
they
even in degrees in their field. They're just the most to go to school and they don't even finish school.
they have the most degrees.
That's a lie. That is a myth. The lie detector determined that was a lie. They're the most enrolled. They get grants from the government. They're not the most degree. That is the myth. These are myths. I'm here to debunk myths. Yo, where you at? Yeah. Uh, yeah. How you feel about Nicki Minaj being a Trump supporter?
I don't.
The community. The black community is in a disarray because of that.
Ain't that dumb?
Over because her political beliefs is just nuts to me.
Ain't that dumb? Exactly. Ain't that dumb?
It's just straight ignorance. I would say it's dumb. Nah, I ain't even dumb. It's ignorance.
Ignorance.
But why would they be in such disarray? Because she decides to be a transporter, but her brother is a child molester and her husband is a pedophile and on the sex offender list. Both of her and her family on the sex offender list. Nobody cared about that, but they care about her supporting
But you care
Trump.
about her supporting Trump. Makes no sense.
Nobody, nobody wanted to, cancel her or whatever the case may be, because
Yeah, they had, when you go try to get the tickets, some of the states had to where they had a disclosure that there's going to be a sex offender. Y'all was still buying the tickets up. Bitch
oh
had sold
god,
out shows. Y'all ain't give a fuck about that.
so her brother was raping his daughter. Her husband is he can't go to the daycare. He can't go to Chuck E. Cheese. He can't go to the schoolhouse to pick up their children. He can't be around kids. But y'all support this woman who's a sex offender, and both of her kids are pedophiles, molesters. But y'all want to cancel her because she rocking with Trump. The
Makes no
people,
sense.
I just want people to realize something though. All the rappers was fucking with Trump in the 90s and the 80s, in the early 2000s. Everybody. Everybody was fucking with Trump. Trump is in over 200 rap songs, approximately. Rappers shot him out. Jeezy shot him out. I'm Donald Trump in the white tee and white ones. Rappers shouted him out. Rappers looked up to Trump. They wanted to get game from Trump. They look at Trump as like this man that flipped a million to a billion. They admired this man. Now, all of a sudden, everybody turn their back. You see how fake motherfuckers be? Uh, Diddy's a prime example. Diddy was Trump was for the streets say they was friends. They used to talk for hours, hang out. Now, as soon as he became president and ran for office, you had all these disparaging words to say about him. And there's one thing you don't fuck with him. You ain't rocking with him because you know you got an image to uphold. But my thing is why I talk negative publicly about him. Just keep your mouth shut, then. And you a rapper. What the fuck you care about presidency? You know what I'm saying? So it's like Jay-Z and all them. All them was rocking with Trump. Now everybody turn their back on this man. They phony, man. And my thing about this celebrity shit, all of them support Democrats anyways. I love Nicki Minaj stepping out. All the damn celebrities say the same thing and they support Democrats. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
They always support Democrats. Jay-Z was talking about don't vote for this man when he was taking pictures with this man. Everybody was taking pictures with Trump. Everybody had loved that show back in the day, Apprentice. Come on, man. Even the girl got canceled for going to performing at his inauguration. Chrisette Michelle. She can't do. She's canceled. I feel like he did that to let the black community know that I'm rocking with y'all. Had a woman, Chrisette Michelle, had her try to perform at the presidential inauguration. Canceled. Ain't never heard a single. You ain't heard a single record from Chrisette Michelle. You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
You ain't heard a single song from her since then.
Not that I heard one before then, but I get what you're
saying. Oh yeah,
saying.
she was popular before then. She did songs with Jay-Z.
I know back in the early 2000s, I ain't heard nothing since about 2015 or so.
Well, 2016. But 2016, she did perform for Trump, and I was surprised because it was other people I thought were way bigger than her.
Yeah.
But I guess she did it. She thought that was a good career move, and it was career sabotage. So it just was a meltdown. Yeah, it just don't make sense to me. Yeah, I just people. I think that people ain't got no. They got too much free time on their hands to be worried about Nicki Minaj right now supporting Trump, and you got more serious issues: gas prices, inflation going up, and you worried about a celebrity who her political party is.
And see, that's how I felt about the lady with the dress. Who gives a fuck? If that's what her and her man want her to wear when she going to the damn church, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I wouldn't want my pastor wife dressed like that. I mean,
but that's how he want his wife to dress. So the choice to them after that is either stay or leave.
You feel like dating a man who can't help you financially is a waste of time?
Not necessarily.
You said not necessarily.
Mm-mm.
How many kids you got?
I got 2.
How many baby daddies?
Just 1.
Why you ain't together with him?
He's in jail. He's a nigga, not a black man. That's why I fucked up.
Mm-hmm. When he get out, y'all gonna be back together?
No, sir. I say he's a nigga, not a black man. I only deal with black men now.
I always wonder, why do women just be like, I got a bunch of niggas? I feel like they want to say I got a bunch of hoes.
That's what they saying.
You use that term, I got some niggas.
Me? Personally?
Yeah.
I just told you I got a black man.
Oh. No, I'm just saying, speaking in general though. Like, I got niggas on my phone. You know, I got niggas, I got options and shit like that.
How would I be able to say I got niggas and I got a black man? I don't cheat.
Oh, so you in a committed relationship?
Yes.
Oh, what's up? He had kids too?
No kids.
So you had prefer a man with no kids?
I really didn't prefer. I wanted a man with kids actually because I didn't want to feel like I was trapping nobody. It's a lot to go from 0 to 2 kids, you know.
Man, I know.
So that's actually what I wanted was a man with kids, but I just so happened to get with one that doesn't.
So y'all in a serious relationship? You say how long y'all been together?
About 2 years now.
So why y'all ain't married yet
then? I mean, to be honest, I guess it's because he's not financially where he wants to be. And I don't know. Yeah, we are together, but when I ask him, I'm told that he want to wait until he has enough to do big wedding and shit like that. But that's not really what I'm on.
So that's the man you want to be with the rest of your life?
Hmm?
Is that the man you want to be with the rest of your life?
Um, I'm a very realistic person.
I just asked some
Uh,
question.
he's a great guy,
I ain't
but
asked you that.
shit happens.
I ain't asked you that. I said, do you see yourself with this man for the rest of your life?
I can see myself with this man for the rest of my life, but as I said before when I answered your question,
Get
shit
no attitude with
happens.
me. Get no attitude
Shit
with me.
happens, and I'm a realistic person, and I like to think realistically. So I
So,
don't say stuff like
so
that, but yes, I could see myself marrying him.
let me ask you this: when your baby daddy get out, how does he know that you ain't gonna leave to him and get with him? Cause he had them kids. What Pusha actually said in that song, she was faithful with you until I got out. It's a real question right there. That's all when you come with my shit, I got real nigga questions. That's a real good question right there. She
I
was
thought you
fake.
didn't know what a real nigga was.
Well, I was gonna say real. I got real man questions. Like she was you faithful to this man now, but until baby daddy get released, like Janaya, young boy baby mom.
I don't give a fuck what Janaya did. I don't give a fuck what nobody what Pooh Shiesty was talking about in the song. I said I don't like niggas no more. I like black men.
That sound good.
I told you my baby daddy was a nigga,
And what do
and I'm
that
gonna
make
leave
you
that at
then?
that.
But you decided to have them two kids, so what do that make you?
And I believe, and I'm honest with myself. I was a nigga bitch when I made those kids with him. I
So
had
how,
my first
so how
baby
did
with him
you
to
how
keep
did you
him.
change your nigga bitch ways?
I told you that in the beginning. When I couldn't look in my kids' eyes, I did introspection and I started to change myself.
Mm. Let me ask you this question though: if you didn't have any kids, would you date a man with no kids? You date a man with kids, with two kids.
Yeah, I would.
So if you had no children, you'd
I've
date
done
them.
it before. Yes.
Mm. So if you had to
Just
go back,
because a person has kids doesn't make them less of a person or less of a candidate to get married. Just because
yes, it
shit didn't
does.
work out with the first person,
Yes, it
well,
does.
that's for you. That's for you.
I ain't gonna say they're less of a person. Their
My
chances of getting
answer.
married is slow, little to none to somebody on the outside, especially without kids. The man that they want, yeah, is very limited. Cause my thing is get back with your baby daddy or your baby father, baby daddy or baby mama, baby daddy.
But
That's
what
just
if
for
it
me.
was a toxic situation and you don't want to go back to that? What if you've changed as a person and you don't want to go back to toxic and you want better for yourself and your children?
Okay, what you need to do is go get some therapy. Y'all need to put that bullshit aside. Grow up. Y'all got these kids to think
What
about.
if your
Ain't
baby father is
let me
not ready to grow
finish.
up?
Y'all got kids to think about. It ain't about you no more. Now, if y'all ain't been had no children, hell, y'all go fuck off. But I think they need to be in a poly relationship because those kids need to grow up seeing their parents in one household. Y'all just need to go ahead and be in an open poly relationship. That's what I think. Y'all out here playing this little game and shit. Y'all need to grow the fuck up and think about these kids and stop putting you over the kids and put the kids over you. Cause the kids' future is more important. Kids having a steady household with both parents that love them is important. So y'all need to be in a pilot relationship.
I need to be exactly where I am. The reason why I wasn't with my baby father anymore is because I was trying to grow and he wasn't. And this was while he was in jail. I actually was trying to stay down and make it work because, like you said, that is the father of my children, and I did want my children to be raised in a one family household with their biological father and their biological mother in one household. That's very realistic, and that's what everybody wants. But the reality of it was, I was ready to grow and he was not. We were still getting into it about the same situations over the phone. There was no growth mentally going on there. So, and then he stopped talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I took that as a message from the Lord, as a way for me to go ahead and get away from that, because if he wouldn't have stopped talking to me, I would have tried to make it work as much as I could, just for the fact of trying to put my children first. Now, the relationship that I'm in now, they have a better father figure now. They don't have a nigga leading them, they have a man leading them. There's no arguments in our home. And when we do argue, it's only little fussing about petty shit. It's not even no loud arguments cursing each other and going back and forth. My children are raised up in a house of love now. They didn't have that with their father. And I'm not finna sit here and say that I deserve to be with a nigga that ain't shit just because of some kids. That's not finna happen. Because if I would have stayed in the relationship with their toxic father, they would have been in the same
Let me
situation
ask you this
as their
question. Let
father.
me ask you this question. What benefit does it serve for somebody to be a stepfather? Or be a step parent, period, for anybody who's a step parent? What benefit does it serve them to be a step parent if they don't have any kids? Go ahead.
I mean, the benefit is that you find a partner that you can start growing with.
You can grow with anybody. What?
You can grow with anybody, but if you choose to grow with somebody with some kids, you're still growing. You
What?
can still have your own kids with that person. And I mean, that's just that. You can grow, just like you said, you can grow with anybody. So what's wrong with being with a person with kids?
Why would you want to raise another man?
It's a
Wait,
lot of
wait,
people
wait,
that,
wait, wait. Slow down. Why would he want to raise another man kids that ain't his kid? We can start his own family and start in the beginning.
I mean, that's a great question. And I think I would like to hear the answer from another man, because me as a woman, I can't give you that answer. To be honest, I cannot give you that answer because I don't know what would make a man that has no kids want to be with a woman that has two kids. And that's my situation. I don't know. I don't know what made him want to stay. So that's a question that you should save and bookmark and ask a man who is going through that situation, because I would love to hear the answer. I really would. I ask my boyfriend all the time, like, what made you stay with me and I got two kids? And his question is always, the kids are cool, this and this and that. That doesn't bother me.
How
I've
old your
been with
kids
women with
is?
kids before.
Wait, wait,
They're
wait.
4 and 3.
What do you think? Is your baby daddy doing life in prison?
Look here. I'm answering your questions, but no more questions about my baby father.
Okay, that's a sensitive subject for you. That's touchy.
It's
That's
not a sensitive subject. He's no longer in my life. He's no longer in his kid's life. Therefore, he's nothing to me. I have a new
until
person,
he get
and I
out
would
though.
not
Until he get
dare.
out. Let me say this though. Say if you didn't have kids, would you still be with this current guy that you with now?
Yeah, I would.
Mm, okay. Well, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And you never look a horse inside his grill. Get on that horse, you better ride it. Okay. If you say so yourself, you would choose them. But this is one thing I know for sure. Most women who are baby mamas who got kids, they wouldn't date a man who are half step daddies. They wouldn't date them same guys if they didn't have no kids. Those are guys they choose because they can't find nobody else. They settle.
Well,
They
like
won't.
I said, even like since I've been young, I've been dating men older than me, 17 with 30-year-olds. So
That's
yeah.
creepy.
But that's what I was doing back in the day. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's what I was doing. I was 17 with 30-year-olds,
You
and
think that's
yes, they
okay?
had kids.
You think
It's
that's
not okay
good?
now that I think about it. It's not okay. It's not okay. But back in when I was 17, that was okay for me.
You was getting
But
groomed.
now that I see that, I know that it's not right.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I get that now, but I didn't understand that at 17.
Yeah, it's very devastating. Somebody will be damn near grown 30-year-old and tell me what the hell can they do for you besides sex? Like, yeah, that's yeah, you on some metaphile shit to be. Yeah, that's terrible right there, fam. I mean, what was your father at?
I didn't have he was not in my life.
Is he currently in your life now?
He's dead.
Okay. So you didn't have any father. You have a good relationship with your mother.
Till I got to be a teenager.
So you had a trouble relationship with your mother. Don't have no father. Your baby mama. Dad is in prison. Yeah, this is a statistic right here.
It is a statistic right here, but I decided to turn myself around to where I don't make another statistic.
Is your tooth tied?
I'm on birth control.
I just hope your next baby, if you do this, do you would have more children?
Yeah, I do, and definitely, if I'm having some more kids, I'm gonna be married.
I hope so, for your sake. Those kids don't need to suffer no more.
Yeah, I know what my kids don't need, and that's what I'm telling you. You're talking to me as if I'm still a nigga bitch, and I'm
Yeah, I'm
telling
just
you that
speaking in
I'm a
general.
black
I'm
woman.
just saying my piece.
I am a black woman.
I hear
I
that.
understand that, everybody got their opinions and shit like that, but it's very much giving. I'll leave it alone.
Man, you can give it what you want. But I'm just saying, next children you have, please be married for your kids' sake and your
I
sake.
know that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that.
Ain't about what you know, it's about what you're gonna do.
It's about what I know.
Okay?
Because if you don't know it, you're not going to do it.
Yeah, some people know better, they still don't do better. It's about it's the mentality if they want to do better. Ain't about what they know. A
Yeah.
lot of people.
That's what I told you earlier when I said that you have to get to a point where you want to change yourself. And then once you get to the point where you want to change yourself and you start changing yourself, that's how you enlighten yourself. So I've already begun that process and it's still going. It's still an ongoing process.
Oh
It'll never
shit!
stop. I'm pretty sure to the day I die. Okay. Which is why I'm not on here trying to raise my voice and stuff when you're asking me these questions that feel like you're kind of choosing those questions to get a rise out of me is
I
what
ain't
I'm
trying to do
feeling.
nothing. You just not securing yourself. A lot of people are
How am
just
I
like
not
sensitive.
secure? And I just told you I'm very secure because if I was sensitive, I would have been hung up. I told
You
you
can
what I
hang up
didn't
on
want to
me,
speak
but the
on.
conversation gonna be
I
held.
told you what I didn't want to speak on, and I continue to move forward, right? I
Well,
have not raised my voice with you. I have
listen,
not cursed at you or
raising your
nothing.
voice at me now over talking me. The conversation gonna be had
I'm
whether it's
over
with
talking to
you.
you.
The conversation gonna be had whether with you or without you. So you can be a part of it or
How am
not,
I
but it's
over
gonna be
talking to you?
had.
Tell me.
The conversation gonna be had. The conversation ain't gonna stop because of you here and that. But I just talk about the community. But I think people, we live in a time now where people are so sensitive. I find it funny that we're the generation now, you can touch on women's bodies and ass, but you can't touch their phones or have certain conversations. This is where they draw the line. Like, whoa, we can't do that, but you can grab on their bodies. Hmm.
See now, speaking for our situation, the only reason that I told you that I don't want to speak on my kid's father is because I have a whole new man in my life. Why would I sit here and talk about a man who ain't even got enough goddamn man in him to just call his kids? That's the least that you can do, and that's
Well,
all you can do. You
this
can't
man
even
gonna
do
be
that.
part of your life for at least to
So
the
why would I
18.
sit here and talk about him and I have another man and
But he,
I have
but this
a
man gonna
good
be part of
one?
your life for 18 years though.
He's probably not gonna even be getting out in 18 years.
He'll be getting out soon. And
Not
guess
soon at
what?
all.
When he get out, that's why I still got what you gonna do when
And
you
you
get
know
out?
what? I do. I be thinking about that too. Like, I think about when he gets out, like, how am I going to deal with that situation? And not as far as if I'm going to go back to him, as far as how am I deal with that situation with my kids. I want them to definitely know their biological father, but
Yeah,
I
the kids still should
don't
have a relationship with.
necessarily think that he's a good leader.
Well, listen though, the children should always they should whether they want to be with their daddy, they should let they make that decision up on their own. Cause he's still
Well,
their
that's
daddy,
what I'm saying. I
regardless of
said
the faith.
that I want them to
Cause you
have
chose
that
him.
relationship, but he's not a good
But
leader.
what I look at it,
So
but
you
wait.
know,
But here's the thing though, when people talk about their baby mom and baby daddy, my thing is y'all chose each other.
that's what I'm telling you. You're not really you're not really getting